Hi everyone, this is Mr. Richmond, and for this video I'm going to walk you through how to do the Alka-Seltzer and penny Submarine Lab. So if you see inside my film canister, I'm going to add my 13th penny to prove to you that this is the minimum amount of pennies that the film canister can hold and still sink. And if I remove one, I'm going to have 12 pennies, and that's the maximum amount my film canister can hold and still be able to float. The density is not quite great enough yet to be greater than 1.0, which we know is the density of water, to allow that submarine to sink. So I'm going to replace that mass, that missing mass of the 13th penny, with some Alka-Seltzer. I went ahead of time and recorded my mass of my Alka-Seltzer, which I put in there. I'll give you that data in a moment. And let's see if we can get this submarine to sink. And then you should be able to see these bubbles start to get released. We know that it's carbon dioxide gas. That's evidence of a chemical reaction taking place. So what should be happening inside my film canister is that as carbon dioxide gas is being released, mass is dropping. And as a result from that decrease in mass, the overall density is also going to drop below 1.0 grams over ml, allowing this film canister to start to float like we're seeing right now. So that looks like a successful submarine, which is great. We got it to sink, we got it to float. So let's talk about our data. So I'm sharing with you all the data that I recorded prior to taking this video. 12 pennies is the maximum amount of pennies the film canister can hold and still float. If I add that 13th penny, that's the least amount of pennies the film canister can hold and still sink. The mass of the empty film canister was 6.07 grams. The mass of those 12 pennies was 32.10 grams. The mass of the Alka-Seltzer tablet that I added was 2.82 grams. If I added all three of these things up, I would have a total mass for my submarine of 41.03 grams. So that density was enough to allow for my film canister to initially sink. So let's say roughly my volume of the film canister was maybe 41.0 ml. That would be a density greater than 1 if I divide mass divided by volume here. That's greater than 1. But we know that a chemical reaction was taking place. You saw in the video that carbon dioxide gas is being released. That's the evidence causing that mass to drop. It'd be very difficult for me to actually get the definite mass, but let's say it dropped to 40.9 grams. Divide mass divided by volume. That would allow the density to be less than 1, allowing for that film canister to rise back up to the surface. This drop in mass also decreases the overall density, causing the submarine to float once again. I hope that helps your understanding for this lab, and good luck with your assignment.